We have with us today Jane, who is one of our commissioners. And if you knew Jane like we know Jane, you'd love Jane as well. Creative, fun, bubbly, just a joy to be around. Jane lives in supported housing, and the experience that she wanted to share with us today is something that happened to her when she most needed that support. That support was lacking. We're now going to read, Jane's over here, we're now going to read an exchange of letters that illustrates one of the issues that she faced with a boiler and hot water.
Okay, well, firstly, I wrote a letter to my housing association, Metropolitan Thames Valley Housing, because my boiler had broken down 29th of December, 21. And I was told that they would come in the morning and they would fix it. No one turned up by 1 o'clock, so I rang up again. And he said it's an all-day appointment, even though it was a morning one. So then I called back again at 3:50, and I didn't hear back. So I've still got no heating. The standards of service with my housing association are absolutely terrible. You get gaslighted, and so I had no heating for the first time over Christmas. Got a second letter. This is my witness statement from my solicitor, because my boiler hadn't been working properly for around 3 years. I absolutely felt so depressed. I did go to the newspaper, the Derby Telegraph, and Housing Association managed to provide me with a fan heater. But before the article was published, they hadn't shown any willingness to try and get any heating for me. So basically, on each occasion, Metropolitan had attempted to repair the boiler with new parts, but each time these parts would take 2 to 3 weeks. So I'd have to wait for parts to be replaced in a few weeks or maybe a few days. I didn't want to spend another Christmas and New Year without heating and hot water. This would be my second year. There's, with my housing association, total lack of empathy. But the situation was very serious. My medication had to be higher dose. I felt suicidal, in tears, couldn't cope with my bipolar. I think it was 3 months the second time, and it was very, very cold. But I went through a solicitor and I won my case. I got a brand new boiler. But yeah, this is supported housing, so yeah.
So we have here, Jane summarised her letters there. These were the exchanged letters that came from various people. And basically, if we read them, you would find out that they acknowledge the complaint, but then sign it off. And it got to the point here, we've got a letter where they were threatening to take Jane to court. So thank you for sharing your story, Jane.